I think we should now be live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the season finale here of the Freshman League, the race that's going to round out 2021. It was delayed from last week or the week before because one of the championship contenders couldn't quite make it, but we are back racing here for round 12 at Brazil, and I'm X90G in the commentary box, and who's going to be joining me alongside tonight? And let's hope it's a championship fight that goes down to the wire. Could possibly be determined by a lap 1 incident. We'll just have to wait and see. As Gavra puts his Williams up into P2 and joins Dhabi on the top front row of the grid. We've got a lot of drivers in the pits. We're kind of at that phase where everyone's done their first flying laps. And you can see drivers starting to filter out onto the track to start their out laps. As Gavra actually runs wide, but he could be trying to get as quickly as he can back to the pits to try and start another lap time. We've got Robert Codfather, I believe, on the lap going through the middle sector, but it's going to be, I know it is going to be Robert Codfather who's going to be the next driver to set a lap. Yeah, possibly. We'll just have to wait and see, because we've got Unique J currently in 5th place and Dhabi in 3rd. And I see there's only a few points in between the two drivers. 3 points, I think it is, between Unique J and Dhabi. We've got quite a few drivers now starting their second laps. I think that's the Mercedes of Robert Codfather, who has invalidated and will probably be going back to the pits. Indeed, he is. I'm trying to think, is that Zeke who has invalidated? We've got both McLarens approaching the line. Venturi is the next car to cross the line. What can he do? Currently running in 8th place. Can he promote himself any higher? Goes up into 8th, 2nd place, and it goes a 10th off of provisional pole position. A few more drivers crossing the line, and it is Unique J who goes 4/10 clear out in front at 1:07.3. I think that was a Red Bull. It might have been Mason, who was, I think, starting a lap or just completed a lap. I think he's just completed that 1:08.2. Goes up into 6th place. There's an Alpha Tauri going into the pits. The two Aston Martins of Dhabi, who's 4/10 up. Can he improve? He does. Goes up into 3rd place and is separated by himself and Unique J by only his teammates, plus 4/10 in between. So the two championship protagonists in 1st and 3rd as things stands, which should highlight for a really intense season finale. Sorry, just to double check, is your audio all turned on? Apparently you can't be heard on the stream. I'll just double check as well that I've got my settings turned on. Apologies about the slight issues. Audio, yeah, my audio seems to be all on. It's really weird. Not sure what the issue is. Is your microphone possibly muted on the broadcasting setting? Not sure. 4 minutes left of qualifying. Hopefully we get the issue sorted before the race starts. Hello everyone in the chat. Hopefully Zexify can get his mic to work. In the meantime, we've got Tincheri finishing a lap. He was up through the first sector, down through the middle. Can he find a bit more time round the final corner? Up to the line for the McLaren, doesn't improve. He's actually second off his personal best, so we'll go for it once again. De Etcher's just off of his time, currently running in fourth place. He needs to get a little bit higher to have a good chance of winning this championship. He's actually left the session. Hopefully he can get an invite back as soon as possible before quali finishes. We can get him back on the grid. We've got a few drivers on laps. Unique J, Tabby top decks, Mason, the top 3 currently in the session. We've got Kebab on an out lap going up to the line. Yeah, the Red Bull of Zeke, almost 6/10 up on his personal best, currently running in 11th place. Goes past the pit lane up to the line. What time can he do? Goes up into 10th place.
I think I figured it out. Can you hear me, Natty?
I can hear you. Let's see if the stream can hear you.
I think, yeah, it said don't allow share voice chat. I just found. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
Yep, you can be heard. I can hear you on my end. I can hear you on the stream as well. So all things sorted as Tabby actually goes on to provisional pole position as Jizz White Bates has retired, but that is a manual retirement in the pit lane. And it's interesting, Dirch's teammate, could he be the one to possibly get in Unique J's way slightly when it comes to the start of the race with Dirch down in 4th place?
Yeah, so I believe the issue was that basically because I just got obviously my new PS5 for Christmas, and obviously some settings are not like at its best, so obviously it's completely different, but my party in broadcasts or my voice is on don't allow, so I put on allow, so now it's on, so that's why that was the issue. So I thought it was maybe if Natty forgot to put his audio sharing settings, but it was actually mine. But yeah, Dylan, hey, it is PlayStation and Piero PS4. Kind of it's PS5, but anyway, the checkered flag falls after all that shenanigans, and we've got very, very close, but Mason, really good qualifying performance from him, 3rd on the grid, and really disappointed for the edge there. Obviously 400ths down on Mason, but that is going to be 3 places down on his championship rival, so this is going to be super interesting, and let's see how will this go out here for the final race, possibly in Gavra Racing. So
I didn't even realise qualifying is finished. The Tabby is on pole position by 10.5 to Unique J. 5/10 clear of Mason in 3rd with Kebab in 4th place. And like you were saying, Dirch down in 5th place with Centurion 6th. Borsty in 7th, just by Bates in 8th. Atienne. I should have really looked at all the names before starting commentary before we started. Zeke in 10th, Robert in 11th, Willie Sanker in 12th, and Sam in 13th place.
Yeah, that's a really good qualifying. Tabby, once again for the final time, gets position, but now this is the real deal. It's going to be the Brazilian Grand Prix, and I believe the Etched has to get into the lobby, I think, again. So, really unfortunate if he cannot stream, but I hope he is in the lobby. But
it's overcast.
Imagine rain. Well, for the final weekend league race for the season, it was raining, and we could see maybe. But yeah, we got around 30 seconds to the race start of the final race, possibly in Gavra, which just a big surprise. But let's see if Gavra makes up his decision, but we'll see how will that go. But anyway, strategy-wise, it's gonna be a soft to medium at best. But if you can do a soft to medium, that will be very good for your strategy and your pace. And if you can manage the softs around 15, 14 laps, we're going to be headed for the formation lap here for the final time on this season. And we're going to be seeing this is going to be very interesting actually, and I was like, I'm not sure who's going to win the title between the Etched and a Unique J, but it's going to be very interesting, and I can guarantee there will be some very action-packed moments here, but the two contenders have a problem. Oh no, shall I try and invite them back, Gav? Let me try and invite them back. because I can definitely do that. To help.
Oh yeah, it does look like that Etcher and Unit J have disconnected. Hopefully they can join back before the start of this race. Maybe they've gone to settle it in a 1v1 5-lap race. Possibly. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they don't want to be doing this race. It could be in their own lobby at Brazil, doing some 5-lappers to determine this championship. We've got 13 drivers on the grid, where 2 of them can, one of them will be winning this championship. Unit J is the man on form, winning the last 2 races and taking home 6 race wins this season. A little bit of some track facts that I always tend to do each week. We've got 36 laps here of Interlagos. The track length is 2.6 miles or 4.3 kilometres. Pole position starts on the right hand side, which leaves the inside wide open for the driver starting in second place. Only 200 metres from the grid to turn 1 with the car's full throttle, 64% of the lap, and an average 36 gear changes per lap, with the pit lane being approximately 19 seconds long. That's the time you lose by coming into the pits and changing your tyres. The drivers pull up to the grid for the final time this season and the final time this year. You can see the 2 ghosted cars of your championship protagonists starting 2nd and 5th place. Hopefully we can get them back in as soon as possible.
But anyway, we go for lights out and Natty will start the lights out procedure for the final time this season.
Here we go, 5 red lights for the final time. The engines are building. And it's the lights out and away we go. Mason off to a good start. You can see the AI is just dropping through the field. Unit J's car, I don't think has it got off the line? No, it has got off the line. It's so hard to tell. It's dropped to the back of the grid. We make their way through turn 1. There's a McLaren down the inside of Director's AI, but Unit J's falling further towards the back of the grid. I'm not sure if he's in control of his car or not. There's a McLaren off, running wide on the exit of turn 3. Yellow flags. The leaderboard is quite severely glitching on the left-hand side. But it is Dhabi who makes his way through the lead down in towards turn 4 and 5. There's an AlphaTauri down the inside of the Red Bull, turns to the outside but gets ahead of Zeke before they get to the corner. That's Willy Sanka going round the outside of Bortsti, going up the hill of turn 6 into 7. I think he's got GSY Bates down the inside, and indeed he does. They're still going to go wheel to wheel through the downhill left-hander. Hopefully we can get the leaderboard sorted out from glitching on the left-hand side.
I think something's happened to Unique J. Yeah, he's left the session. Again, he's having some problems. Oh no. Oh, and that's Actonin at the final corner, having a bit of a spin, and that is really unfortunate for him. And that's not going to really help him for the start. But Zeke now in onto P5 as Tabby's going to lead here about a second from Kebab, but Mason sitting closely behind Kebab. I'm not sure what's going on right now between Unique J, because he's always leaving for maybe I'm not sure, maybe it's their connection problems, which is really unfortunate for a pair of them. But it's really it's good that it's not one of them, it's just both of them, because then the other one will gain the advantage. But Unique J is going to slowly start joining. I'm not sure about Der Edgter, but Der Edgter has joined, so we've got some news on that. But I wish I could just see both of them racing again, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Lobby-wise, with GSY Base, I guess past the AI of the Etchter here, so he's going to go up to P7, but Tabby's really on the base here, Natty. Currently 1.5 seconds, but Mason is pushing Kebab all over the final corner here. He's looking left and right to maybe go for the move. He will go for the move. On to P2, but Kebab will have the slipstream on the Red Bull, and he's going to look to maybe go down the inside at the start of the center S's. He's going to have the inside. Mason has to oblige and has to accept P3 at the moment. So Churi really running high here. At the moment, we'll have the DRS, so Mason's going to maybe try and make the move on Mason, but he doesn't. God, this is contact, and that could be possibly damage for Tachuri, but Tachuri can breathe a sigh of relief and stays neutral and fine with his front wing. But Tabby's really gaining a lot of time here at the start of this race, and the interval gaps are quite glitched. And I think as well, let's go AI is the rest of GN9's AI. And currently he'll be 5 points ahead if it finishes like this. So we'll see how long this goes. But Willy Sanka now battling GSY Bait as Willy Sanka tries to get the move, and still a lot of battling going on in the background of the pack.
As Willy Sanka and Unique J battling away. Meanwhile, Mason and Kebab, well, Mason getting ahead of Kebab, going in towards turn 1, before turn 1, with the aid of the DRS down the start finish straight. And as you say, one driver in 8th, the other down in 13th. But we've seen the pace Unique J has had in all 3 leagues. Let's see if he can make it up with the remaining 30 laps to go.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Natty, but that's a big mistake from GSY Bait. Just at the Retta Posto, the Cedar Largo, and that is really unfortunate for him, and really sorry for cutting in there, but GSY Bait, really unfortunate for him.
Centuri on the back of Kebab, going through the middle sector, could be running slightly more downforce than the Williams in front. The technical middle sector, where you have to decide the balance between downforce or no downforce for the overtaking opportunities down at turn 1, and turn 4 runs a little bit wide onto the curb, and he's lost a little bit of time to Kebab in front, but he is going to have the DRS. Meanwhile, Bortzi getting ahead of Robert Codfather, who's been overtaken as well by Sam. I'm not sure if he's got damage. It doesn't appear to have any visible damage. Might have a tiny knock to his front wing. Here goes Kebab though. He's got Tencheri on Kebab. He's opened up the DRS and doesn't have a lot of overtake left to play with either. I know Kebab's running a little bit deep in towards turn 1. That's going to set Centuri up for a move, possibly in towards turn 4. You can see that Kebab's lost time to Mason. He's got the DRS. Both drivers have the DRS as Centuri's going down the inside and towards turn 4, and he's ahead before the corner. But can he make it stick? Kebab's going to try and hold it around the outside. He's been forced off the track. He's gone wide. He's going to try and keep it around the outside through turn 4 and 5. They're side by side up the hill. The McLaren on the outside, a little bit of contact, but Centuri has got himself up into the podium positions, running in 3rd place as Willy Sanka picks up the first 3-second penalty of the evening.
And yeah, that's a nice move. They're pretty scrappy racing there, a bit of mistakes and slight taps, but Unique J has the fastest lap, and good news, De Echta and Unique J are back in the lobbies and their cars and running, as Unique J actually set the fastest lap in 1 minute 10.2, and he's going to try and gain on his most, I believe, exclusive Brazilian Grand Prix lid there. He's running as Dej's going to try and get past Zekerman now. He's just about 7/10 behind the Red Bull, so let's see what can he do very soon. But he brings very late to Dej, but Zekerman will stay confidently ahead of him as Centuri is slowly but surely gaining on Mason, so you could see maybe a fight for second here, but Centuri ever so slightly is losing time.
Oh, and Willy Sanka's round. Sorry to interrupt you, but I think he hit the back of the car in front. Rejoins down in 10th place, now 11th as he loses the position to GSY Bait, and I think he's off in the wall again. Rear tyres are probably cooked on those softs, and he might be into the pits for an early unexpected pit stop.
Oh, and yeah, Willy Sanka's really all over the place of the uphill right-hander, and that is really unfortunate for Willy Sanka. Now that's going to be Unique J gaining a lot on the Mercedes ahead. He's going to make maybe a move very soon, but Robert Codfather in this 3-car train with Sam, Forges and Borsty Warthog in as well this train, but Sam's saved up so much battery, yeah, 80%, but here goes Robert Codfather. Could he maybe go for the double overtake? Yes, he is in for the treat, to 3 wide into the centre S's. This is nice racing, but it's massive.
Kebab's off at turn 1. Sorry to interrupt you again, but Kebab's lost it as De Etcher and Zeke are now going wheel to wheel. Kebab's left the session, and Zeke gets back ahead of the Aston Martin. Not sure what happened to Kebab down at turn 1, possibly just lost it on the curb. He'll drop down as Sam drops to the back of the grid. I don't know if there was contact with his Alpha Tauri. Takes a bit of air fit on something. I don't know if you guys saw that on the stream as well. He has got front left end plate damage, but he definitely took air over something. So a few mistakes early on. We're only on lap 7 of 36. And one of the championship protagonists is up into 5th place as Borsty loses the position. I think he went wide down at turn 8.
Yes, he was wide. there at that corner, but Robert Godfather, really nice move there for him, but unfortunately there was massive friction between Sam Fulchiers and Borsty Warthog, with really big contact into the centre S's, as we were speaking there about Kebab spinning, as well as Sam Fulchiers was in one of the victims of the collision, but as Borsty Warthog again ahead of Acton, and Acton makes very big contact with Borsty Warthog, and that could maybe be in damage for Borsty. And GSY Bay gets a 3-second time penalty, but here goes Seacomen now, defending from their edge. They're going to be side by side. This is great racing for the pair, but Seacomen stays ahead and is not going to do any deeds for the championship leader, as Unique J currently in 10th here, as I believe he's just passed Willie Tanker in the Mercedes, but very good move, very good attack, I should say, from the edge. Done great racing from both of them, but it's going to carry on very soon here, Natia. And now they're just about 3/10 separated between the Etchter and Zekerman, but Derecha will have another bite of the cherry with the drag reduction system, and that rear wing will open as it just now opens, and now it's going to be a very easy move. He's going to go sweeping around the outside and will get moved on into the centre S's, and now his job is to defend from Zekerman if he's close, but he's about 8/10 as Borsty Wolfgang, I believe, just got ahead of Acton once again, so it's just swapping places constantly, and Borsty will get ahead here, but Acton will have DRS. Can he maybe make a move on McLaren? But unfortunately he won't, and he's going to stay behind for the time being. Robert Godfather is well close to GSY Bait, as the sun is shining here, so it's going to be no rain, unfortunately, and I think I might have just annoyed Natty by a bit.
Never say never. It is Brazil after all. And for context, the Etcher is 10 seconds behind the leader. Unique J 22. There's 12 seconds between the two championship rivals, and as it stands, the Etcher will be winning the Freshman League Championship, as Unique J looking to send one down the inside of Borsty into the final proper corner. Is going to have the DRS though. I think he is going to have the DRS. Is going to have the DRS down the start-finish straight as the clouds start to move away from the circuit. You can just see how much time he's losing down the straight. It looks like Borsty's running a little bit less wing angle than Unique J, who might try and send one down the inside of the Alpha Tauri. He's made contact with the McLaren. I think he's hit the Alpha Tauri as well, slightly out of control. Down the inside for turn 1 and 2, round the outside, down the inside for turn 3. He's going to pull alongside the McLaren. They could be 3 wide by the time we get to turn 4. It doesn't look like the Alpha Tauri is going to fight this one too much, but Unique J is going down the inside of Borsty, and Attinen's going to try and follow him through. And Borsty going from, I think, 9th to 10th, and Unique J gaining 2 positions in the space of 4 corners. He's now leading the charge to his championship rival.
Yeah, so Unique J's got, he knows he's under pressure, and I thought for a second that probably is the edge, because it looked like the colour of that was actually an AlphaTauri of Sam Fulchiers at the final corner. They're spinning on the hards, so if he somehow makes it to the end, that'll be very good. As really Sanko interesting, going for the 2-stop on the soft tyre, so he's going to maybe make one more stop as just like Bates goes into the pits, as well as he's going to go for the hards, I suppose. But Tabby's comfortably leading here, quiet from his side at the moment. He's just going to try and control the pace as the Etchter in P4 here, and as it stands, if it stays like this, the Etchter will become the champion, but Unique J is going to try and deny the Etchter here, but Unique J is giving it everything, and he's making a very good fight back already, but can he make it even better at the end? Let's see. But at the moment it started quite controversially with Unique J obviously going pretty much stalled on at the centre S's, but now he is going to try and push the car here and try and go for his next target, which is Robert Godfather, just about 3 seconds ahead. He's just sailing on the softs with
We'll see what he can do about the gap. It is coming down. It was 3 seconds. It's now 2.7 as Zeke is into the pits off of the soft side guess. That's for the hards. A little bit too early for the mediums unless you're on a 2-stop, and it's another pair of the soft, so it's a 2-stop for one of the Red Bulls. The other running in second place. We'll have to wait and see what the strategy's like. I remember the 2-stop kind of worked in the Academy series. Not too many people done it in the Premier, mainly because it rained halfway through the race, which kind of forced everyone onto a 2-stop for those who pitted from the softs. But it's interesting the contrast between the 1 and the 2-stop, especially at a track like Brazil, where tyre wear's not as insane as China or Mexico, but it's not the easiest 1-stop in the world. We'll have to wait and see what Zeke can do about it. He's got to do some overtaking. He's got to push lap after lap to gain the time back for making an extra pit stop. It's going to be interesting. We'll see what Tabby does. Does he come into the pits? He stays out. What about Mason? He dives into the pits as well. At the end of lap 12 onto 13, speeds in the pit lane, and gets a 5-second time penalty, and it is for the medium tyres. That could be a stretch to get them to the end, I'd say. I think lap 16 is when you want to pit for mediums.
Yeah, and that is a really good point there. So, at the moment, for the soft runners, at the moment, their tyres have got this I'm not sure what it's called, but it looked like kind of a lining, like the tyre, the rubber is like quite going out of its actual shape, and yeah, it's kind of looking like that. As Unique J, and Robert Coulthard, massive respect for him, he let Unique J past, and look who's behind him, Unique J, ahead of him. If you're Mason, Unique J's ahead, and that just shows how big of a pit stop gap, and Unique J is just ahead of Mason. Yeah, Zika gets another 3-second time penalty, but looking at the prediction for the chat, 99% vote for De Echta and 0.8% vote for Unique J. So at the moment, everyone probably in the chat is cheering for this man, De Echta, and let's see, he's at the moment looking for the title, but Unique J is going to try as he goes into the pits here, Natalie.
In from the softs, what tyres is it going to be? I'm going to guess a white striped hard tyre will go onto the Williams. I can't quite see it yet. I think it's a yellow striped medium, and it is a yellow striped medium. That could be a 1-stop, but we'll just have to wait and see how it all turns out. The top 3 staying out on mediums. Robert Codfather also out on the mediums. Only 3 drivers who are yet to pit in this race. They could be going for a definite 1-stop. They could be going for the hards, or they possibly could be going for a medium. It is a tough soft. Well, it's not the easiest soft to medium. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do with it. The gap between De Echta and Unique J was 11 seconds before they came into the pits. It's kind of been 11 seconds for pretty much the majority of the race when Unique J joined back. Tabby, your race leaders into the pits. What about Venturi and De Echta? Are they going to follow him in? Well, De Echta can't really follow him in. Does follow him in though, so it's a 2-stop, double stacking, for the Aston Martins. This could be risky. It's the hard tyres for Tabby. Yellow flags. It's a Red Bull off in the middle sector, and I think that's Zeke who's dropped it on the exit of turn 10. But it has got going again.
The Echta's on the mediums, so both championship protagonists are on the mediums, and Tabby's going for the easy strategy on the hards, and this is going to get even more interesting. And at the moment, the gap roughly around 10 seconds between the championship protagonists, and Unique J is going to try and get past Zeke in here. He's on the softs, so he'll be very hard to stop. But let's just quickly talk about Unique J here, because first of all, I know this is going to quite anger Natty, but if it wasn't for Unique J, then Ferrari would have won the title in the Premier Series. But Unique J saved Red Bull to win the Constructors just by a point, and I definitely can sense some anger there from that.
That's the end of the stream, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next year. No, just kidding on that one. Unique J, though, has got up to the back of Zeke, who's on a fresh set of the soft compound tyres, so you'd think the Red Bull would be quicker, but we know Unique J has the pace in the Williams, and as the rear snaps out through on the exit of turn 10, in towards turn 11. 7/10 of the gap behind. He's got a good exit through the final corner. He might see himself passed by turn 4. Actually, he's using a lot of his overtake. He could be passed before turn 4, maybe into turn 1. Look at the closing speed from the Williams, who defends the inside, aggressively swipes over to the right. Unique J just narrowly avoids him, but goes swoops around the outside of the Red Bull, sets a purple final sector, and the hunt is on. Look how much he's timing. He's closed on the Aston Martin. You can see them now in the same shot, one going through turn 4, one going through turn 3. There's a corner between the two, and you can roughly calculate the gap though. Zeke is fighting back Unique J, who's got a wide on the exit of turn 4. He's had to use the AstroTurf as Unique J goes back down the inside and up into 7th place. And the race is back on with the gap about 4.5 seconds between the two championship rivals.
So it's pretty much nearly 6.5 seconds. Yeah, and yeah, it's around maybe 6 seconds between the both championship protagonists. But all this, Mason's leading this race, and he's quite from immense pressure from Dhabi on the hards. So obviously the hards won't be that quick, but obviously when his rivals, his tyres will start to go by very, very bad. As that stretch, they're making the move around the outside into turn 1. That's a nice move from the Aston Martin. Gets into P4 here, really crucial he makes these moves, as well as Unique J to get a move on if he wants to get this title, as F. Georgie or Holland can be on, cheering the man in the Williams suit to go for the championship. Kebab's AI gets past Borsty Warthog there. As there will be a final with drama like an academy. Gav, I am not sure, but hopefully it'll be drama. Nazi can definitely tell us what happened there, but look how close Tabby is to Mason. He's going to make a move into turn 1, he probably will be, as that is someone going off at the final corner. I believe that is Sam Ford Cheers, and yes it is, and that's Tabby now getting the move nicely down into turn 1. Mason brakes very aggressively, and is around 7/10 behind Tabby as he takes the lead of this race, and he's going to try and control the pace, and that's Robert Godfather going into
Just disconnected.
left. Oh no!
The edge has disconnected as Unique J, Centuri now gets his way past the Aston Martin, and maybe this is a gift sent from God from Unique J. He needed a miracle if he was to find his way back into the race. Hopefully he can get an invite ASAP to keep his championship hopes alive. Sam has retired on the exit of the final corner. That might bring out a VSC, but there are no cars going through that area of the track, so it looks like we're going to get back to green flag running fairly shortly, as you can see the red X next to the Etcher's name indicating he has disconnected from the session. Robert Cordfather pitting for mediums after staying out on the soft. It seems like it's a bad day for the internet companies of Unique J and Etcher. Look at the gap between the two, it is closing rapidly. I'm sure both of them will be having a word with their providers after this race. As Kebab's actually closing on the back of... has Kebab disconnected? Oh, Kebab has disconnected. So Kebab, another driver who's fallen victim to the bad internet on Tuesday evening. And notably also has his fuel light on. Oh, no, that's Borsley has his fuel light on. And it's very difficult to save fuel on this year's game, only having the standard fuel mix. So he's going to have to save some before the end of the race. So Mason hunts down Tabby for the lead of this race. 5-lap old mediums against 3-lap older hard tyres. He needs to get a move on if he's on a 2-stop, but he's in a prime position if he's on a 1-stop. He does probably need to get ahead for when those mediums start to go off the cliff.
And yes, that is very true, but meanwhile Unique J is closing in on GSY Beatty, who's got to make a move on very quickly here, as GSY Bates obviously on those 7-lap old soft tyres, so in around 5 laps he will probably go into the pits for another set of softs for the Haas. But Unique J is going to close in ever so slightly here, but he's going to try and get past GSY Bates, and then it's going to be the prime target, which is the edge that he has nearly, and that's Tabby Doftex getting a 3-second time battle. That could be important. But the more important thing is how much warning is Derechta on. Derechta is currently on nothing. On the other hand, Unique J has just 0 warnings, so both drivers, the Edged and Unique J, are running on 0 warnings. But here goes Unique J now on GSY Bates, but GSY Bates has the ERS, but I don't think GSY Bates will fight this because he knows Unique J is fighting for the title here. He doesn't want to interrupt that, but now is the real deal, and can the Edged connect back in time for Unique J, because the both of them are pretty much separated by 1.5 seconds, so this is gonna be intense.
There's in the chat saying he can't do anything about the network. Hopefully some Wi-Fi connecting god can find your internet, because there's only 1 second now between the two championship rivals. We've got to keep in mind though, Unique J still needs to gain a few positions when he overtakes Director, because he's only 3 points behind in the championship, but it's not going to be enough as things stand. There's the McLaren up in the middle sector, and that is Borsey running in 11th place. He might drop to 12th as Woody Stanker does go through, but hasn't retired the car, so it looks like we're going to go back to green flag racing fairly shortly. But here could be the move that could determine the championship. It's well, these two both disconnected at the start, and Unique J was plummeted to the back of the grid, and here he goes. It's not going to be much of a fight, you would imagine, because one's an AI and one's a player, and that is Unique J passing up into 4th place. But he needs to get Chunchuri, I think, if he is to win this championship. Borsey's left the session, he's on the exit of turn 11, possibly a VSC, but I'm not too sure. I think it's just his AI now. Racing in that McLaren.
Accident. That's, I think, him crashing at a safety car. Oh. This is going to get more interesting, and I mean that. That's going to be a God's message for Direct. He's going to have time to connect, and no way to win. Yeah, it is quite controversial, but I just hope that Direct comes back, because if he doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. But it's going to be Unique J pitting. And what tyre is he going to go on? Is he going on the mediums or on the softs, if he does go on the soft?
I'd say softs could make it to the end with the added laps under the safety car. It does look like it's a red stripe. No, it's a medium stripe tyre for Unique J. I think it's softs for whoever came in behind him. It's it's mediums for Bates. I swear I saw some soft tyres for someone. I could just be hallucinating. But promotes Robert Codfather up into 6th place, just ahead of GSY Bates, drops down to 7th. But Unique J closely behind De Etcher. And the two championship rivals. Hopefully De Etcher can find the time to possibly try and reset his internet and join back this race, because he's got a little bit of time to try and sort things out under the safety car. It's not the first time a Freshman League Championship has been decided by someone disconnecting. Let's not go back to Season 1, because bad memories.
And just quickly, not the fair way to win it, like from that. Okay, Piero, first of all, let's just get one thing clear. Hamilton was not robbed. He was kind of robbed, but Max did deserve it still. He got him fair and clean at the final lap. No Massey, the biggest clown. I say he's a bigger clown than Mazepin at the moment. He basically bent the rules so we could get a final lap, and he could have just red flag. So let's just get that. Should I still box? I may join now. Please do the extra. But yeah, it's a PS4 5 league, so it's a PlayStation League. I can't imagine anyone playing F1 2021 on their PS3, because I don't think the PS3 can manage that much graphics and lighting. But yeah, it's going to be the Edged now up to P2, so that's going to help him quite a bit. But the man behind him is Unique J. Why is Robert Kaufman in 4th place? No, please get a podium.
Robert running in 4th place, doesn't have any time penalties, so it's definitely possible, but is on a worn set of the medium compound tyres. A lot of the grid have pitted for a fresh set of mediums or softs if your name is Mason83. Hopefully the Etcher is going to be able to join back. I didn't see a message saying the safety car is going to be brought in at the end of this lap. The lights are still flashing on the top of the red Mercedes as the Etcher has joined the lobby. When the intervals go on the left hand side will be when he takes control of his car. It's kind of a nice glitch as Robert Codfather comes into the pits under the safety car. That's going to demote him to the back of the pack behind Kebab. But I believe he's also an AI as well. His Williams is ghosting. And, well, we now have an Abu Dhabi situation. Two drivers in the championship fight with the driver in front on a Warner set of tyres. This is going to be a championship showdown. Hopefully he can join back, riding on board with the Unique J. You can see he's still ghosted, but there you go. The red X has gone from the side of the number 2, and the intervals have disappeared, meaning he has joined the lobby back. Let's hope that his internet makes it to the end. 11 drivers left in this race. I don't know how many actual drivers are behind the wheels of their car, but almost everyone will be scoring points by the end of this race. Tabby, who's led pretty much every single lap of the race, is on a small set of medium tyres. To Etcher on mediums, with the Unique J on a fresh set of mediums. Everyone else behind has pitted, apart from Borsey, who's also on a one set of mediums. We're just waiting for the race control message for the safety car to be brought in at the end of this lap, and there it is. The safety car is in this lap, and it's going to be an Aston Martin who leads the way. We do have an Aston Martin safety car as Tabby becomes the de facto safety car here in Brazil. It's always a little bit carnage when we get a restart at Brazil. It often slows right down before the line. Here we go. We're waiting for Tabby to kick this one off. We're on lap 25 of 26, and away we go for the restart. Centuri's got the launch on base, but I think he might have done it a little bit too early. Here goes Unique J already alongside his championship rival in towards turn 1. Is he going to send one down the inside? Wheel to wheel through turn 2 in towards turn 3, and the Aston Martin hold it around the outside. These are the two championship rivals. There's a McLaren who's speeding up in the background. There's a lot of debris. I'm not going to be too surprised if we see another safety car. It's Centuri, but it's Unique J who decides to back off from going down the inside. De Etcher's back up into second place. Mason close behind in fourth place as Kebab gets his way up into fifth. Robert back up into sixth place from the back of the grid. It doesn't look like we're going to get a safety car despite all the debris on the exit of turn 3, as Tabby has got that nailed. He's got a 1.6 second advantage already. Gears wide Bates trying to go round the outside of Willy Sanka, Haas versus Mercedes, and obviously the greater car coming out on top in that battle for 7th place. But if Unique J finishes in second with the Etcher in third, I believe they will be level on points.
Yes. And quickly just to mention, at turn 4, Unique J nearly spun and my heart fell out, and look at Derek, he's defending for him with his mind just waving continuously. Good evening to Shirtless Timmy, that is, by the way, ND, the most legendary man. He's embraced the planet in his that's just there. But anyway, we've got a championship to go, and it's super intense, and nearly there was a big amount of friction, but still direction just ahead. But it's full tense, Nazis. This is getting super intense. Every corner it gets more and more and more intense, as TRS will be enabled, just not yet, but in a lap time it will go last lap. So yeah, 10 laps left, or 11 laps left of this Grand Prix, but Mason is behind, and I don't think if Mason is going to interrupt this fight, because you've got the two championship protagonists fighting here on the road. But the man who's got more ERS is Unique J with about 50%, and both are draining all the battery, as you can see, Nancy. And look how much battery Dash has. He's only got 15%, and Unique J is super close here. He could maybe try and get a move, but Mason gets another 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him for the results of this race. But Look at that Unique J Dasher weaves, and that's Unique J maybe going down the inside, and there's nearly contact between the pair of them, but still Derechta just about ahead. Can maybe Unique J dance around the outside of the uphill right-hander, and now Unique J finds a gap on the inside. Derechta making a lot of mistakes here, and the 7-lap difference on the mediums really makes a difference here at Brazil, but still they're really close to each other, and that's Unique J going down the inside, and that's the Hedge now going to have the switch back. This is fantastic racing from the championship rivals, and look at the racing. This is how Hamilton and Verstappen should have raced, and they should take note here. But anyway, meanwhile Mason is going to probably get into this fight. The Edge has got no battery to save, and now we've got another DRS, and look at Mason, he's going to try go for the double overtake. It's 3-5 between the Red Bull of Mason, the Edge, and Unique J goes up into P2, and that is a textbook move there from Unique J. It's chaos at the moment, and Piero pointed out he could have the late puncture the Edge though. If his tyres give up, but Unique J to P2, and this is getting super intense. Great racing.
It's not over yet. Unique J just needs to stay within a 3-second window to win the championship as things stand. Because as it stands, they'll be equal on points. But there's one other factor that I don't know many people have considered, and that is the fastest lap extra point available, currently held by De Etcher, meaning he will win the championship by one singular point if it was to finish as it is. That is with Tabby winning this race. He's got a 2/10 advantage, including the 3-second time penalty he currently owns. I'm just going to double check. It is 3 seconds. Indeed, it is. A penalty could determine the outcome of this championship. A fastest lap point could determine the outcome of this championship. We'll have to wait and see. That fastest lap, well, De Etcher did have a fastest lap before he set his previous fastest lap, so we will have to check the race director his fastest lap, and he's going down the inside and towards turn 1. Unique J is trying to hold it around the outside. He does so for now, but they're just backing themselves up into Mason behind, who could get involved in this championship fight as well. You can see from the rear end of the Etcher, the Red Bull could be going for it, but is he going to go for it on the Williams down the inside? Unique J has it covered around the outside. The Etcher decided to back out in the end. Going up the hill in towards turn 6, he looks for the inside, decides to back out of it in the end. These guys battling are just extending their gap. Well, they're losing time to Tabby in front, which means he's set to win this race, meaning at this position, this fastest lap will determine the outcome of the championship. After the race, we will double check who has the actual fastest lap and whether it's glitched or not.
I'll quickly have a look. So currently, the Edge has the fastest lap of a 1 minute 6.7.
But that was when he disconnected, so I'm not sure if that's a legit time or a glitch time. We'll have to compare the two drivers' times at the end of the race. He's lost time to Unique J, and here goes Mason with the DRS. He's going to get involved in this championship fight. Is he going to deny De Etcher of a championship? He goes round the outside in towards turn 1. Possibly a tactical move from De Etcher to back out that one in the end. He's going to try switch back through turn 2. He couldn't quite pull it off, but he's going to have the DRS down the second straight. The rear wing opens on the Aston Martin, but he's not close enough. I think his mediums are starting to wear off. I think he's losing grip on those 14-lap-old mediums compared to the fresher softs and the mediums on Unique J's car. This championship is still yet to be decided with 6 laps to go. A time penalty could still determine the fate of the two drivers.
And this is getting super intense. So at the moment it says invalidated lap time. I'm not sure if that counts as warnings or actual. I believe it's warnings, I'm not sure, but if it is warnings, Unique J has 2 warnings. As I'm going to quickly check, it's just invalidated lap times. I'm not sure why, but Unique J has 0 warnings with the Edgester, no warning to his name, so still no warnings between the both. But Edgester's 1 second behind here, and look at that, and Mason's trying to attack Unique J here, so maybe Mason is trying to maybe get P2 here. Maybe there's another position to fight for in the championship. Here comes Mason. He's going to easily go down the inside, and now it's going to be a piece of cake. And now it's going to be pretty much 3 points. So the Edge Star will be ahead by 1 point.
But
this is kind of a Kimi Räikkönen moment, but unless anything else happens, Natty's going to add on to that, I think.
yeah, Mason does have a 3-second time penalty though, so we'll drop behind both Unique J and De Etcher, so he needs to pull out a gap if he's to have an effect in this championship. De Etcher needs to close the gap down to Unique J if he's to try and claw back the points he needs. He's got Robert Codfather gaining behind him on 6 lap old soft tyres, about to become 7 lap old soft tyres as Dhabi starts lap 32 of 36. It's been an outstanding race from his perspective. It is not over yet though. Here goes Unique J with the DRS. He's not going to use any overtake in the run down towards turn 1. Mason kind of defends the inside. Here goes Robert Codfather, maybe trying to go for a move on the Etcher. He probably doesn't want to get involved in this championship fight. But Unique J now on the back of Mason, the gap 3/10. Is he close enough to get himself up into second place on the circuit? He doesn't want to risk anything, not going to go for a late move down inside. Tucks behind the Red Bull for now. But there are only 4 laps to go. And it can still go down to the final lap. Maybe post-race penalties as well. We'll have to wait and see.
Quickly, 33 viewers, thank you for everyone for joining for the final race of the season here between an intense championship decider, but I don't think Dash's tyres are going to survive, and Robert Codfather is just gaining all the time here, and Tammy's going to definitely make it to the end. Mason will make it to the end. Unique J will. I'm not sure about Tammy Dopniks. I believe he'll just about make it to the end. Same as Robert, mostly Wolfdog on his 16 old soft, but he's under AI control, so seeing the AI make a bit of a weird strategy. But Unique J trying to attack Mason here for extra points. So Mason, obviously, as you said, Matty, has that 3 seconds. I don't think 3 seconds. Yes, it is 3 seconds. I probably have another penalty, but I was incorrect as Unique J still trying to fight Mason here to try and go for the extra points, and if he does so, it will be very crucial. And at the moment, the gap from Dutch to Mason's around 2.6 seconds, and Unique J is all over Mason. I believe Mason's tyres have gone off here, Natty, and this could decide the championship here. If the Eshta is 3 seconds behind, but Robert is super close to Aston Martin, and this could go to the wire as Tabby Doptex is going to start lap 34 in the Aston Martin, 4 seconds ahead of Mason here from a very aggressive.
Here we go.
On Unique J is going to have the outside, and it's going to be a very easy move, or maybe it will not be. But
oh, here goes Robert Codfather, sorry, on the Etcher down the inside of the Aston Martin. He's going to try and hold it, and he's bound. He's round. The Etcher's round on the exit of turn 2, spun round by the Mercedes, tried to keep it in on the inside of turn 2, and I think that is it, unless there's a crucial mistake from the Williams, now running in second place. That could be the championship decider on the exit of turn 2 on lap 34. Very Ocon Verstappen like a few years ago. To Etcher, it all started in the heartbreak, disconnecting again, and being saved by the safety car. But it appears to have been thrown away at an incident down at turn 2.
Wow. This is such a chaotic race. It's such a good race at the moment, but Deacon has 12 seconds, and at the moment, penalties-wise, Unique J controversially will take the championship, but we're starting a penultimate lap here. Here maybe goes Mason. Robert's going to try and give everything here to maybe get Mason here, but it's going to be a very difficult task. But if Mason and Unique J can get going wheel to wheel, Robert maybe be at the shot, but Robert Codfather, the real unfortunate will happen between him and the Edgester, but unfortunately it ended in massive controversy, and Robert is the imposter.
To quote David Croft, a race that started in controversy is ending in controversy. The Etcher now down into 7th place. Unique J picks up a 3-second time penalty, but I think he's matching all those around him, so I'm not sure it's going to have too much on his finishing position. And we'll talk about that fastest lap point possibly being the difference, but as things stand, it doesn't look that way. Tabby is going to start the final lap of this race, the final race of 2021. And it has been a commanding race from him. You can't take anything away from one of the Aston Martins having a phenomenal race. The other one, it's kind of been a roller coaster of emotions. Meanwhile, Mason could possibly have one last twist in the tail for us here on the final lap of the race. Is he going to change this championship fight any more? He is within DRS range of the Williams, and he has got a good run down in towards turn 4. He's going to go for it down the inside. Please keep it clean, boys. Unit J keeps it round the outside. We don't want any more last lap controversies in a championship deciding race. The Red Bull all over the back of the Williams. It could be a drag race to the line. We'll have to wait and see which side Mason's on in this championship fight.
Deep. Just at the entry there, goes a bit too deep there, but I just hope that that one of them. I really don't hope that one of them will squeeze and they'll both crash on the ball. But anyway, here's the final corner, and that's it. It's gonna be a drag race to the line, or is it? But I think it's just a bit too far. 30% of battery to use here, but 8/10 I don't think is gonna really help. Tabby will win, but your Freshman League Season 4 World Champion, it's Unique J. At the moment, Robert Godfather takes P4, with GSY Bates 5th, Zaycoman P6, Arechta will be fuming for that one, P6 for him, but Zaycoman's massive crash. So, quickly summing it up, and I think, let me use my math knowledge and then quickly. But yeah, that was a fantastic race from Tabby. Great win from him. But I will quickly calculate if it is the championship for Unique J. So
I believe it was. The gap was 3 points between the two. Deecha on 201, Unique J on 198. And having scored 15 points here at Brazil, with Deecha only scoring 8, there is a 7-point gap between the two, which means I believe Unique J wins the championship by only 4 points. And actually, something that we probably should mention is that this man right here, Tabby, winning his first race of the season, missed the first 3 races in China, Bahrain and Portugal, but has clawed it back to win the final race of the season and finish in a solid 3rd place, finishing in 5 consecutive seconds in halfway through the season. But you can't take anything away from the season that both Unique J and Deecha have had. Huge congratulations to both drivers, but Unique J was just able to come out on top in the end. But here are your final standings for the final time this season. Tabby wins the Brazilian Grand Prix with Mason in 2nd place. Unique J finishing in 3rd place, and enough for him to win the championship here tonight. Robert Godfather from 11th to 4th, ahead of GSY Bates, with Deecha down in 6th place. Kebab in 7th, ahead of Zeke in 8th, Willie Sanka in 9th, and Borsey rounding out the top 10.
This, and yeah, two Saints, really talking fact here. Super sub, yeah, definitely really helped two Saints, yeah, for constructors wise, helped Red Bull win the constructors, and now he's won the driver's title. He has got to be driver of the season, and if it was driver of the season, it would definitely be him. But a lot of viewers, yeah, exactly, 34 right now. But anyway, it's the end of the road, and the light is gonna be going off very soon. But unfortunately, if it is confirmed, Gavra will be ending the community. On behalf of mine, thank you for everyone for joining, and thank you Gavra, thank you everyone. Gavra really done a great job this season with his hard work throughout the 7 years, and obviously the 6th party race, 6th anniversary race with me and Natty had a massive battle on the intermediate conditions. A lot of battles were going on and off the track, and obviously it was some often high moments, but I wish that Gavra will have a very good farewell wherever he goes on to next, and if he does end it. Thank you, Gavra, for doing such a good job, and you really deserves a really good recognition here, and definitely Natty, everyone else behalf the commentators who are here, definitely done a great job. And unfortunately, and it's gonna be, as you can see, Natty there just showing the man who done it, but we'll see what the future comes. But for at the moment, it's probably gonna be a no-go. But thank you guys for joining, and Natty, definitely great job for him, obviously in the Premier Series as well. For everyone else in chat who races in the main leagues, congratulations to whoever won the championship. For the academy obviously was Pinty, with obviously right now with a freshman Unique J. Wednesday obviously for the Premier Series was Castengle, just dominated, and on Thursday obviously the Super League, obviously Pope dominated that as well. So 3 out of 4 championships were dominated and were ended before the final round, and was definitely, and all of you, thank you. What an end of the season. Yeah, no problem, Gavra, but wasn't I in the 6th second of GSY Bait? I am not sure, Detcher, but really congratulations to the Edgester, because the Edgester has done a fantastic job this season. Really congratulations to him for being such a good driver as well as a contender, and that is all from me. Thank you so much for all the stuff that's going on. Thank you, Gavra, and I hope the future for you will be good and nice. Grazie ragazzi.
Yeah, well said. Hopefully, what a way to round the season. I think we topped 38 viewers or something during this stream. Appreciate to everyone who has been tuning in all season long. But that's going to bring an end to the Freshman League this season. And who knows, maybe we will be back for 2022. We'll just have to wait and see how things pan out. But I've been X90G, and it has been a pleasure doing commentary to round out this year. And hopefully we'll see everyone in 2022. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.